in moving boxes and moving other things, I will tell you, though, some important things have surfaced. And that gave me another idea for segments, which is sort of the theme that we've been going with, is everyone has idea for a segment or insists or makes Julie have an idea for a segment, and then I make you think of an introduction for the segment. So I'm going to ask you to do that again. I have a bunch, not just Oscar and the Globe, but many objects collected through years of hard labor in the communications world, and a bunch of boxes kind of unearthed with some weird stuff in it. And I thought that I would just sort of maybe one by one in some of our monologue time, share them with you and explain how I think they relate to the worlds of communication. So what I need you to do now is sort of roll with some credits, kind of a BBC vibe, and we'll call it A History of Arun and 100 Objects, like that BBC program with the gentleman with a nice voice who sounds very smart. When he says "History of the World and 100 Objects," he doesn't say it like that though. He says it.
History of Arun and 100 Objects, kind of like that. Kind of like that.
Yeah, but I'll generate a British voice for it because I want this to be serious. Not that you're not serious. I want this to be serious in a different way.
And now, the history of Arun in 100 objects. Yes. Quite.
Hi. Yeah, so this is a new segment, a history of Arun in 100 objects, and object number 1 is an interesting one. It's an interesting one, and I think it's important for the viewers to know here at Committee, we come from lineage of working for a variety of folks in a variety of ways, including in the NGO world, including learning a lot about how that world works, and we can talk about some of that a different time. I want to talk about some mechanical things of how it works, and I have a very interesting object. An object of how the other half, I want to say the other half, I mean the other 0.0000000 to the exponential 1% lives, and these are Melinda Gates' interview notes. This beautiful laminated thing, and actually it gave us an idea that, well, let's start at the beginning. So we did used to work for Melinda Gates' executive office. I'm sure we signed a million things saying we won't say exactly what we were doing, which was just promoting the general things that she was doing. But when you are someone who is extremely that wealthy, one of the things you don't have to do is remember stuff that well. And so what you will have is like a beautifully set ring binder like this that will have folks and their anecdotes and times and places that you get it on there. Because the rich are not like you or I. They have people to keep track of these things. It's very good. But what I wanted to say in terms of communications tactic was seeing this, then we started actually using photos as triggers for folks on interviews to kind of even from their own lives and stuff, just always having photos of something they can work off of. It's in their hands. They look up at the camera, they look back down. It actually is an interesting tactic when you use it in that way. But anyway, so if you have a lamination machine or $1 billion, in which case you can make somebody laminate whatever you want. I think that's what people who are that rich do. They laminate everything. You don't have to remember anyone's name. You can just do it like that.